Hi, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to read the book, One is a Feast for Mouse, a Thanksgiving Tale. So feast means a really big meal. And a tale means like a story. And our book was written by Judy Cox, and the pictures were drawn by Jeffrey Ebler. Okay, let's look at our book and see what it might be about. We have a mouse, and he has pieces of food, a plate, a gravy boat, a spoon, more food. It looks like he's going to be eating a lot of food. He's got a lot of it, which kind of plays to that whole feast part, a big meal. And it said a Thanksgiving tale. So I wonder, on Thanksgiving, I eat a lot of food. What about you? We usually get together with our families. We might eat a lot of food and then maybe watch some TV or play some games together with our family. So I bet it's going to be about things that Mouse is going to do on Thanksgiving and maybe what he's going to eat. All right, I will be providing aided language input using the Snap Core First Vocabulary Word Wall poster from Toby Dynabox while we're reading this book. Let's get started. One is a feast for Mouse. A Thanksgiving tale. There's little Mouse, and he has little things to make up his furniture. So instead of a chair, he has a die to sit on. And instead of a table, he needs something small, so he has a thread spool. But there's nothing on his plate. He needs to get some food so that he can eat, doesn't he? After Thanksgiving dinner, Mouse crept out of his hidey hole and he looked around. Do you see Mouse? Here he is, up at the top of the clock. I bet that's where his home is. The house was quiet, and Dad, he snoozed in his chair with a book. That means that he's sleeping. He's taking a short nap. Mom dozed in front of the TV. She's sleeping too. Outside, the kids played. Yes, I thought I had played, but I don't. But it's an action word. It would be a green word, play. They played football in the crisp yellow leaves. And Cat curled up by the fire. She looks like she might go to sleep too. He yawned and he stretched his stripy tail, and then he closed his greeny eyes, and he went to sleep. And here's Mouse, he's looking around. Why do you think he's looking around? I bet it's so that he can be careful and he doesn't get caught. Mouse scampered up the tablecloth. Thanksgiving leftovers were still on the table. There was so much to eat. Mouse saw a teensy tiny toothsome green pea all by itself under a plate. give thanks, he thought. One will be a feast for me. Mouse rolled the pea across the tablecloth to take it back to his hidey hole. He's gonna go eat that one green pea. And he said it will be a feast for him. So he's saying that that one green pea will be a big enough meal for him. Let's look at this table. Does that look like your table at home when you eat Thanksgiving? I do not have a cornucopia on my table. And we do not do little placeholders either. But we do have lots of food, especially the turkey. But his eyes were bigger than his stomach. He saw 6 leftover cranberries glowing like rubies on a silver saucer. I'll just take one, he said to himself. One is a feast for me. He balanced one cranberry on top of the pea, and he started once again across the table to go to his hidey hole. All right, so he's going to have one pea and one cranberry. I wonder what will happen next. Just then, he saw 3 olives, black and shiny, in a dish. I will just take one, he thought. One is a feast for me. He put the olive on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea, and he carried the tidbits, which means small pieces, because they're small, across the table. Then he saw the carrot sticks, crunchy and munchy and orange. I'll just take one, he thought. One is a feast for me. He stuck one carrot stick into the hole of the olive, balanced both on top of the cranberry and on top of the pea, and he started back to his hidey hole. Then he saw the mashed potatoes, mouse potatoes. There was just one scoop left on the plate. I will just take the plate, Mouse thought. What a feast I will have! He balanced the plate of potatoes on top of the carrot stick, in the hole in the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea, and he mouse started off across the table. Look at the little pilgrim people. They must be decorations on the table. I wonder what's going to happen next. Will he get more food? Or do you think he's going to stop and finally go home so that he can eat his feast? Uh-oh. Then he saw the gravy, brown and luscious in the silver gravy boat. Gravy for the mouse potatoes, he thought. I must have that for my feast. And he balanced the gravy boat on top of the mashed potatoes, on top of the carrot stick stuck in the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea. And he started off. What's going to happen? Is he going to get more? Or do you think he's finally going to stop? That sure is a lot to carry. He must be strong. But then he spotted, which means he saw, the pumpkin pie. One slice of pie, brown and dimpled with a color of fluffy cream. That looks so good. So he balanced the pie on top of the gravy boat, on top of the mashed potatoes, on top of the carrot stick stuck in the hole of the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea. And he started off across the table. Whew! He needs to be careful. The pie slid, but Mouse, he caught it just in time. Mouse bobbed and bobbled across the tablecloth on the way to his hidey hole for his Thanksgiving feast. He did not see Cat creeping and creeping closer and closer. That means to kind of walk really slow and scary like. Uh-oh. We have to turn our buck. But Mouse, he saw the turkey. Brown and juicy, surrounded with parsley. That's that green stuff. Much was gone, but there was enough left for a mouse feast. Or even two. I'll just add that, he thought. And he carefully placed the turkey platter on the very top of his pile. On top of the pie, on top of the gravy boat, on top of the mashed potatoes, on top of the carrot stick stuck in the hole of the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea. Oh my. Yikes! He started off across the table to his hidey hole. And there, at the table's edge, he met Cat, greedy-eyed and hungry. That means she wants to eat. Clawing at the table, up the tablecloth. Oh no! Mouse, he needs to run and Get away fast. Mouse skidded to a stop. The turkey wibbled and wobbled, slid and slipped. Mouse danced to keep his feet balanced. Parade, which means to turn around, like a ballerina. And he juggled like a platter spinner. But off slid the turkey, whoosh, with a plop, landing smack on Cat. Look at that mess. Down crashed the pumpkin pie and the boat with gravy. Down crashed the mashed potatoes with a clatter. That woke Mom. Uh-oh. Down fell the carrot stick, still impaled, which means stuck, in the hole of the olive. Down went the cranberry, which rolled, leaving a red track on the white tablecloth. Down went the pea, all clatter and whoopus off the table, rolling onto the floor, and off scampered Mouse, quick as a bandit, back to his hidey hole ahead of Cat. He's trying to get in his home so that Cat cannot eat him. He huddled in the hidey hole. Remember, it's up in that clock. His heart pitter-pattered. That means it was beating really, really fast because he was scared. He did not want the cat to eat him. He peered out, which means he looked around. Down came the broom on the stripy green-eyed cat. Bad kitty, shouted Mom. Outside, and she swept the cat out the door. Mouse looked around, whiskers trembling with fright. No Thanksgiving feast for me, he thought. Just then, he spotted, that means he saw something glowing in the corner. I wonder, what do you think it is? One teensy tiny, round and toothsome, green and luscious pea. Give thanks. One is a feast for me. Woo! What an adventure he had. He tried to get too much food, but then in the end, all he really needed was that one pea. All right, well, I hope you liked reading this book with me. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell down below so you get notifications of whenever I upload new videos. And if you liked this book and would like to see other readings of books, please check out my playlist over here. Thank you so much for watching.